It's 1 minute till showtime.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. And now, on with the show.
Welcome in, everybody. My name's Jim. This is More Sunshine Please Tuesday evening live stream. I do this most Tuesdays. Let me get over here. How are you? I'm all right. Coming up on the show, I'm going to eat something. I'm going to drink something. We're going to play some games. We got a top 15 list. We'll talk Jaws. But before we do any of that, now is about the time I like to celebrate the first 3 people that make their way into the chat for this live stream. And I do that by handing out phony first, second, and third place medals. So let's do that right now. I didn't really test anything. It's been 2 weeks. I wasn't here last week. And now I'm noticing that didn't work. Hang on. One moment, please. I'll get this. All right. No, it's not working. Just pretend you saw the chat check thing fly in. I think my music works, though. Hey! Something worked. All right, let's go to the chat. That thing's going to go crazy behind me, isn't it? When it decides to cooperate. Our gold goes to Pepper Tree Villa. Congratulations. Our silver medal, it's Joey's World, and Paul Eichenlaub gets today's bronze medal. That was all yesterday, or was that... I think I scheduled this on Sunday, so I don't know when you guys hopped in here, but maybe this was Monday. I don't know. In the morning? I don't know. I don't know. I never know. Francisco, welcome in. Of course, you might not be here, but that was at nearly 5 o'clock. I'm guessing yesterday. Mark Langenkamp was here at one time. Jamie, Laura and Jamie, I believe they're in Florida right now. So probably not live, but thank you so much. Donna Jaworski, season's greetings, and thank you for the birthday wishes. Yes, today is my 54th birthday. Arjons, thank you very much. Mr. Fulton Mraz, another birthday? Happy birthday, Caitlin. What can I play? How about this one? Happy birthday, Caitlin. Yes, there's Laura. Thank you. Glad you finally made it to 21. I don't know about that. That's not in a while. But thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, there they are. I thought I saw that earlier. Enjoy your trip. We've got Mar in Memphis. Always a pleasure, Mar. Thank you for hanging out with us. Scrolling. Dean! That's a sound I do not have loaded into my sound thing computer here. I don't have the Jaws theme, but I'll talk about it a little bit later. Let's see. Thanks for joining us, Dean. And scrolling, Debbie Thunert, welcome in. Gloria Thibodeau, good to see you. Movie Mania Nick, hello. Talking movies today, a little bit later. Scrolling. Blake, long time no see. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. Moving on. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. But there's Michelle. I caught that one. Hello, Michelle. What's this? Jim, just pretend you're talking, then we'll just think the sound is out altogether. Oh, gotcha. Too late. But thank you. Next time. Yes. Scrolling. John, thank you so much. I don't know where that rumor started, but thank you. And I think I'm caught up. Thanks for being here, everybody. I was not here last week. The family took, it wasn't a last minute trip, but it was sort of, it came about quickly. And we went to Michigan for about a week and visited family. Went to a graduation party, went to a Tigers game. More on that in a second. Yeah, it was a great trip. Weather was a little bit cooler there than it has been here. Although I understand once we left, Michigan got a heat wave. So I can't explain that. Keith, welcome in. Thanks for being here. What was I going to say? Oh, every time we go back to visit the old haunts, we like to eat at the places we like to eat, see the people we like to see, and we try to pack as much in without burning ourselves out, as we can. And one of those things is going to a Tiger game if they were in the summer, and as it turns out, that's not working. Why did I just do that? But here's the Tigers. Let's talk about them. Here are the current Major League Baseball standings, and the Detroit Tigers still have the best overall record in Major League Baseball. Now, they did just have a 3-game losing streak, but as you can see, they're still atop Major League Baseball. They lost to the Pirates in the last of a 3-game series, and then they dropped the first two to the Tampa Bay Rays. They came down here. They as it turns out, when we left Michigan, it was Thursday evening. The Tigers had played a doubleheader on Thursday, and the second game of a doubleheader was on Thursday, and it was delayed by rain. So they got out of Detroit quite late. As a matter of fact, we just missed them at the airport. And I think they arrived in Tampa 2 hours after we did. I think they got in around 2 o'clock or 2:30 a.m. Go Cubs, go Dodgers. They're killing it too. Both those teams are doing great. Dodgers starting to play like we all thought they would. And the Cubs are super fun to watch too. And my son, instead of coming back to Florida with us, took a side trip with friends to Chicago. He was just there. They were planning, or they talked about going to see a Cubs game. I think tickets were hard to come by, and they were only there for 2.5 days, so they didn't make it to Wrigley. But he had a blast, and got back last night. What else was I going to say? Oh, I do have a picture. I know the screen behind me is not working, but there I am. It was a little hot. I'm kind of shiny there. But what if I'm not in the picture? There we go. Yeah, it was a beautiful night, actually. We saw the Tigers play the Pittsburgh Pirates, first game of a 3-game series. The Pirates manager, Don Kelly, former Tiger player, Don Kelly, first time back as a manager of another ball club to Detroit, and Detroit won 7-3. We saw the Tigers hit 4 home runs. Last year, the Tigers had one All-Star, Riley Green. And the first time he came up, I told my family, I said, if he hits a home run, I'm buying his jersey. And he didn't. Second time up, I said, if he hits a home run, I'm getting his jersey. And he didn't. But the guy after him came up, and I said, if he hits a home run, I'm getting a Riley Green jersey. That didn't happen either. But Riley Green's final time up, I didn't say anything, but he hit a home run. So as part of my birthday gift, I'm getting a Riley Green jersey. So that'll be fun. I've never owned a Detroit Tiger jersey before. Jason Thibodeau, welcome in. Thanks for hanging out with us. Good to see you. Kathy Hollister, welcome in. Let's see. Do I have... Oh, I might have a little bit of video after the game. I'm going to play it without... I'm going to play it without audio because they were playing Kool and the Gang and whatnot. But I think 27,000 attended that game, and it was a lot of fun. And it was... what was it? Filipino Heritage Night at the ballpark, and we saw a lot of people with special Tiger jerseys that had the Filipino flag on there. Something you could buy if you got a ticket package to the game or whatever. We didn't do that. I didn't even know about it, but Tigers won, and yeah, it was a great game to see. We had my sister, who's a teacher in the Detroit public school system, for some reason had free tickets to 2 games. And that photograph that you saw earlier, I'll show it again. Here it is. Now, those seats, they're not the closest, but I got to tell you, they were free. The price was right. And it was awesome. There's really not a bad seat in the house there at Comerica Park. So that was great. One more anecdote about that game. When we were there, between I don't remember what innings this happened, but the Detroit Tigers celebrated a service member, and they had her down on the field, and they announced her service, and she had served 6 years in Iraq or whatever, and they put her on the scoreboard that you just saw. And she was this cute young girl, and I say girl because she looked too young to have served 6 years in Iraq. But she was on the scoreboard. She was smiling ear to ear. One of the Tigers presented her with a Tiger jersey with her name on the back, and it was just it was pretty cool. And everybody stood and clapped for her. And I think they do that most games where they honor a service member like that. Well, later on, during a lull in the action, maybe it was a pitching change or whatever, they play music over the PA system. And there's not a point in the game where there's nothing coming out of the PA system. Any downtime, even if a batter gets hit and there's that delay of them shaking off the soreness in their arm where they got hit or whatever, they're playing music to keep the crowd engaged, and they'll show the crowd on the scoreboard. So it was at one time where they're doing that. They start playing dance music, and they start showing various crowd shots. And I recognized the service member that they had honored a couple innings prior with her friends dancing to the music and having a great time. I said, hey, that was the service member. The game ended. It was awesome. It was a great game to go to. Thanks again to my sister for allowing us to have those tickets. She went the following game. And or the next day. I don't remember. Anyway, we wanted to go out to eat after the game, and my wife found a place that had good reviews in the city of Detroit, near Wayne State University, where I went to school. And it was a place called Honest John's. It had good reviews. It was open late, and they had good vegan options for us, which was fantastic. So we went there, and as we were just told, go sit wherever you want. So we were doing that, and as we passed by a couple of tables, and we got to our booth, I said to my wife, do you know who we just passed? And it was that service member and her friends at the same restaurant. And so that was kind of thrilling. We were like, oh my goodness. So we bought her meal for her. She came over and thanked us, and we chatted just a tiny bit before she left. And it was awesome. It just added a cherry on top to what was otherwise a fantastic, or not otherwise, it can just piled on what was already a great day with more greatness. So that was awesome. Yes, Mar, let me put that up there. They do. And I believe the entire section we were in was loaded with teachers. We were there with my son and my daughter, who had, if you do not know, my daughter has special needs. She has Down syndrome. So we had a guy come up to us and said, "I've been admiring your family the whole game. I'm a para at my school, and I just love my community." So that was awesome. And he works with similar children. So that was awesome. It was a great. That was a great night. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. It was awesome. Thank you. So that's the Tigers still in first place. They were supposed to have started at 6:40 this evening, but there is a weather delay. Hang on, that makes me curious. I think they're still delayed. Oh well. So maybe that works out well. I can catch it after this live stream. All right. Okay, let's move on with my favorite new segment. I have been loving Reese's peanut butter cups for as long as I can remember. We did a live stream a couple of years ago trying 27 different Reese's candies. And for the past 2 live streams, I've tried a couple of different, new candies, new to me anyway. The big cup, the jumbo cup. What was it called? I don't remember. And then the PB&J grape Reese's peanut butter cup. Today, I want to thank Donna Jaworski for sending me this birthday gift that I can't believe I've never had before. These are Reese's filled pretzels with peanut butter filling. I'm curious to see if these are filled with the same peanut butter that's in a Reese's peanut butter cup, or the peanut butter that's in the jar of peanut butter that you can get. I don't know. But I'm going to enjoy these right now. So let's get some eating music going here. My last live stream, the music wasn't working, but I made sure it was working now. I know these are going to be awesome. I can devour this entire thing right now, but I won't. Okay, I can't tell what kind of peanut butter is in there. The pretzel overwhelms it, but I can tell you this. It's delicious, as I thought it would be. Donna also sent me some Reese's popcorn. Thank you so much for the birthday gift. She also sent me some coffee, which unfortunately I don't have with me, but it is time for our coffee break.
Great coffee is easy, Mrs. Olson. Coffee's for closers only.
I set high standards for myself. I set high standards for my coffee.
Picks you up, calms you down. It's the lifeblood that drives the dreams of champions.
Today's coffee is a birthday gift from my son, and it is in a coffee mug from my son for my birthday. That's my alma mater, Wayne State University. My first ever Wayne State coffee mug, and inside is a Brazilian coffee that I don't remember ever having coffee from Brazil before. I've had Colombian. Yeah. Anyway, I had some with some birthday cake a bit earlier. Add to cart. That's good. It's great. This has been the summer of coffee candy here at the More Sunshine Please Tuesday evening live stream. We've had 4 so far up to this point. We started talking about coffee nips, and they're smooth and creamy, and they're wonderful. Werther's original coffee candy with that Werther's caramel, distinctive Werther's caramel coffee, caramel taste, which is great. Then we had the Amira coffee candy, which tasted like burned creme brulee, and they were delicious. We had espresso candy that we got from Daiso, and that was great. Wait a minute. Is that the one we got from Daiso? I don't remember anymore. I think it is. Yes, it is. That's the one. And it tasted like coffee ice cream. It had that bit of flavor to it. Today is another coffee candy from an Asian market. And I understand this is the world's #1 real coffee hard candy. And it's called Kopiko, I think. And I know it tells me right there, it's the world's #1 real coffee hard candy. You see that there? There it is. Can you see it? Okay. Anywho, I know I've had one of these before, and I'm going to refresh my memory with this one. This one, it says, real coffee extract from the finest Indonesia's volcanic coffee beans. Let me start over. Real coffee extract from the finest Indonesia's volcanic coffee beans. That's weird. I think they could have worded that a bit differently. These are Indonesian. All right. Let's go. Another version of Holiday for Strings. Here we go. I'll show you what it looks like. It's just a brick of coffee candy. There's a little dot there on top, but I'm just going to put that right here for now, so you don't have to watch me eat that for 7 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th ingredient on this coffee candy is butter. And that ingredient gives this a butterscotch-like flavor to it. What my wife said was, oh, this is a product of Thailand. I just saw that. It says it right there. There we go. Sorry. It starts out butterscotchy, and then it ends with coffee flavor. And it's delicious. It's great. Have I had a bad coffee candy yet? No, I don't think so. Thumbs up for this. That was fun. This has been the summer of coffee candies, and I'll add that. I'll add that to the list because I've got more, but we'll save them. All right, let's take our first intermission. When we come back, let's play our game. Please stick around.
You're invited to visit the refreshment stand, where you'll be greeted with fast, friendly service. You'll find hot dogs, juicy hamburgers, and mouth-watering delicious pizza. There are refreshing hot and cold beverages, ice-cold cola, and orange drink. Goes great with an order of crispy French fries. Then there's a wide selection of your favorite candies and other delicious snacks. And there's always a fresh batch of hot buttered popcorn to go with the rest of the show. So visit the refreshment stand now during this intermission and add to your enjoyment of the movie. We're happy to have you with us tonight and hope you'll come back often.
Welcome in Pepper Tree Villa. I just saw you right there. Mouse Talk, hello to you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. All right. It's time to play our game. Let's do it. It's 7:28 p.m. All right. Chrono photo. We're going to be shown 5 pictures. We have to guess in which year each picture was taken. The closer we are to the correct answer, the more points we get. We're going to try for a perfect score of 5,000 because we're going to be shown 5 pictures, and they'll give us 1,000 points for each correct answer. We've done it before. We're looking to do it again. We can guess anywhere from the year 1900 to last year, 2024. That's the range in which we can guess. Let's start with our first picture, which is in color and fantastic for us, because most are not. All right, let me zoom in on some things. Initially, the first thing I see is the lady in the red jacket and hat holding a selfie stick. The second thing I see are palm trees. The tower in the back with a poster on it that says 50. I also see another 50 there on the Verizon tower. And that one down at the bottom looks like a Super Bowl trophy. So I'm guessing we're celebrating Super Bowl 50 here. Do I remember in which year Super Bowl 50 happened? I do not. But I'm hoping you do. Hashtag SB50. Super Bowl 50 in San Francisco, right? Levi's, yes, of course. Let's see. Well, it couldn't have been too long ago. Love. Am I supposed to know who she is? I don't think I am. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to turn to the chat now. PTV says, I have some coffee candy to send your way. I will take it. Well, thank you. Ben doesn't drink coffee. Mark says, did you know that by cutting out caffeine, you can reduce by 60% your enjoyment of life? I do know that. Let's see. Arnie sees the Ferry Building in San Francisco. Mark says 2016. Paul says 2016. Joey confirms that this was 2016. I don't think we have to go any further. I'm going to say 2016. And then hit this button, and hopefully we'll hear the correct answer sound. Hey, we did. 1,000 points, 1 for 1. Let's move on. Another color picture in a sporting arena venue thing. This looks like some sort of diplomatic motorcade. What do we have down here? I don't see a year on whatever that is. Let's see. Is this the president? I don't know. Or the vice president. Is this the Indy 500 and Mike Pence, who was at one time the vice president from Indiana. I'm just guessing here. I have no idea. What do we have here? World Center of Racing. But I don't see anywhere where it says Indianapolis, so I might have that totally wrong. I don't know. I'll tell you this, too. I don't know what kind of cars they race in the Indy 500. I know that little about it. It's this, right? I don't know. Yeah, I don't. All right. I'm going to rely on this. Dean says F1. There's a movie coming out called F1, is there not? With Brad Pitt? Or is it out? Don't even know. But I think he's making the media rounds. Okay. Let's see. Hello, Noah. Did I say hello to you? Hello, Noah. I think Noah has our first guess. 2020. Debbie says 2020 as well. Was this Daytona? Trump at Daytona in 2020. Well, that would be, he wouldn't have been president in 2020. He was elected in 2020, but didn't, no. Sorry. He was president in 2020. Yes. All right, let's go with that. Paul says it might be Bush in 2004. Joey says Daytona 2020. I don't know if we have to. We have a lot of 2020s here. There we go. Sorry, that took me a while. Here we go. Survey says, yes! Way to go. Everybody, but especially Joey. All right, let's move on. Picture 3. Okay. A musical performance. Musicians. Do I recognize them? I do not. Not immediately. Let me zoom in. All right. It's in black and white, but this could be tricking us. Not a real tuxedo, but a real t-shirt. I don't recognize him. Is this a bass guitar? I think it is. The way he's holding his right hand leads me to believe he's playing the bass. I can't see the head. Is that what it's called? The head of the guitar with the knobs? But I think this is a rhythm section here. Let's see. I don't know if we can. Now he's wearing overalls with. I can't tell what the shoes are. But the overalls tells me this is 70s. Their hairstyle 70s. Early 80s perhaps. Does anybody know who these musicians are? I'll leave that there for a second. What do you guys have to say? Paul says yes. That's a bass. A little like Stanley Clark. I'm going to take your word for that. Stanley Clark's not the guitar player that would play with his fingertips like a piano on the fretboard. Stanley Jordan? Is that his name? Is that him? I don't think it is. No, he was a guitar player. This is a bass player. All right. Forget what I said. Okay. 70s, 80s. Dean says 1982. And I'm great with that. It does look like the 70s. 60? Maybe. Maybe. Who's to say? When did those tuxedo T-shirts come into to be popular? Maybe the 70s or 80s. I mean, they're still around. Keith guesses 1978 Sly and the Family Stone. Maybe. Sly Stone has been in the news. He passed away recently. Maybe Chronophoto is paying homage? I don't know. Oh, it was Stanley Jordan. Okay. Thank you. Jason says 72. We have a 71. I like the 82 guess. I'm going to go 82. And this one's tough. I do not know. All right, so here we go. Survey says 76 are closest. Well, 72 and 82 kind of right there in the middle. Keith was closest with 78. Although he guesses 78, so that's why I wasn't that great guessing, Keith. Way to go. 575. So we have 2,575 points. Picture number 4. This is what we're used to. Okay. Yes, people dressed like they're going on the Titanic. So this is from 1913 or something. That's how I do it. That kind of looks like a German word on the top of the streetcar, but I don't really. And frankly, the statue in the middle of the road could be German. Now is that an electric powered street light, or is it gas powered and it's just hung by cables? I'm not sure. I'm guessing maybe that's it. Maybe it's gas powered. They were gaslighting the whole town. Yes, I said that. We have streetcars, we have bicycles, but we do not have automobiles on this road. The road is being used just like the sidewalk is being used. Does anybody recognize this? I'm guessing Germany, but I don't really know because I'm a dum-dum, but maybe you guys do. All right, let's see. I think our first guess is from Mark, who says 1909. Paul says 1910. Okay, I'm happy to go with one of those. This one's tough. Is it pre-automobile? Did they have to pave an entire road for a streetcar track? Or it's not paved, is it? It's bricks. Is it cobblestone or bricks? Maybe? Hard to tell. Oh, kind of over here on the left side, the very left of the bicyclist. Well, our left, his right. Kind of looks maybe like it's pavers or bricks or something. I'm happy with 1910. We have a 1905, 02, 1912. There would be horse carriages if it were pre-automobile. That's a great point, Mar. Mar, I'm giving you a correct answer. Ding for that. Good point. Dean says 1907. So we've got guesses from 1902 to 1912. What did I say? I said 1913, but I didn't really know. I don't know. Our first guess is 9 and 10. 1909, 1910. Kind of right there. Let's go 1910. I like that. 1910. We're going to move that here. Survey says 1904. Did somebody say that? No. Noah said 05. Dean said 07. Good guessing. And Debbie said 02. All right. Another 500-point tally for us. We have 3,150 points. On our way to our fifth and final picture, we can still break 4,000 with a good guess on this one. And I know my show is going to be talking about Jaws in a little bit, but I do not believe this is a production photo from the making of Jaws. I think this is before Jaws. Just a guess. Huh. Where are they? Oh, I like on the right side of this photo. No, sorry, left side of this photograph. It looks like there was a tear. And if I'm not mistaken, somebody tried to sketch in what the picture used to look like before the damage. That's kind of funny. And not a bad job. All right, let's see. Our swimwear. This guy in the middle with his hands on his hips looks like a pro wrestler from the 60s. I don't know when this is. I do not believe it's the 1960s. 1860s more likely. Like it. I gotta stop talking so much. Another guy without just trunks. You know what I mean? It's we're covering top and bottom here. Well, mostly. Yeah, this is some vintage swimwear. It's a cool photo. So they're standing, they're sitting on rocks, they're standing in a boat. Well, sort of. Wow. This is an early picture. I think you guys got that, right? What's the earliest we can guess? 1900? I'll go with that. I don't know. What about the people up here? I didn't even pay attention to them. Oh, there's an alien on the very left. Hard to see them. Let me just zoom out here. I'm going to turn to the chat. And is that Gandhi in a Tarzan suit? Kind of looks like that. He does kind of look like that, doesn't he? Let's see. Is our first guess from Mark 1912? I think it is. We have a 1908, 1911, 1912, 1915, 1920, 1925, 1918. Jim, check your P.O. box. I will. Thank you. Let's see. 1900. That's what I said, Michelle, and I like that guess. Everybody else is guessing a bit later than that, which probably is a good call. A couple of 1912s in here. $1920, I like that. Maybe a bit earlier. Walt said 1908. Let's do that. 1908. It's a little bit later than I thought, but I don't know. All right, I'm gonna play the We Won music, whether we're right or wrong. Here we go. Survey says 1912. Yeah, let's go. That was good enough. I just wanted to play the music. We did well. 1912, Paul Eichenlaub, Mark Langenkamp with 1912. Great guessing. We finished with 3,858 points. I don't care ever how we do in this game. I just have fun playing it, and I thank you for helping out. We'll play again next week. All right, everybody. It's time for our second intermission with a coming attraction, which you probably know what this is. When we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit about Jaws. So please...
That's a 20-footer.
I can't hold it! Hurry!
Welcome back. Yes, this week marked the 50th anniversary of the release of Jaws in movie theaters, June 20th, 1975. There have been a million different YouTube videos and television shows marking the occasion, news segments about it, and perhaps you've heard a lot about Jaws in the past week or two. What I'm hoping to show you with today's top 15 list are maybe some facts you haven't heard yet. So I've gathered 15 interesting Jaws facts, maybe that are a bit out of the ordinary, not the usual facts that you have heard about the making of Jaws or just the movie in general. So I'll get through these kind of quick. And maybe my thought is just skewed because I've looked so much into it. I love Jaws. I think I've seen Jaws more than any other movie. I show it to my students every year, and I usually show it to 3 different classes every year. So I see Jaws 3 times a year on average. And I use camera composition and different things to teach lessons, and it's just a fun movie. And it came out in 1975, so it had a PG rating. Today, if it were released today, it probably wouldn't have that, but I can show it because it's PG, you know. Anyway, so I'm going to give you some facts here. I can't use the screen behind me, but I've got pictures here. Our first one is the one I'm most in danger of telling you something you already know. The first couple, maybe. So let's just get right to it. Number 15 about Jaws. John Williams. This was his first big movie score, and it's a classic. It's one of the best ever written. But when he presented it to Steven Spielberg, and he had those 2 notes, da-da, da-da, and he presented that to Steven Spielberg. Spielberg didn't like it. He thought John Williams was joking, and he said, "Oh, that's funny. Where's the real score I asked you to write?" And he said, No, he had to explain. This is a primal movie, and this is a primal score. Of course, it picks up after those 2 notes. And he talked Spielberg into appreciating it, and he did, and now he loves it, of course. Without that score, the movie wouldn't be what it is today. It just wouldn't. So it's awesome. So primal movie, primal notes, awesome score. Okay, what's number 14? Oh, all right. Let's go here. Let's do this. I'll just do it like this. All right. Here's something I didn't know because I never read the book Jaws. Apparently in the book, and if you've read the book, you already know this, Hooper and Mrs. Brody have an affair. I don't like that. I'm so glad that they didn't add that to the movie. From what I understand, it was left out of the movie script. It was added to the book to sex it up. You know what I mean? It needed something like that. But the movie didn't need that, so they left it out, and I'm glad they did. So no affair in the movie, which I'm happy about. All right. Here's one I've talked about before. I did a top 15 list a while back, years I think, about movie mistakes. And Jaws is not without its mistakes. And the one I like best is due in part because of the shooting schedule. Jaws was originally scheduled for a 55-day shoot, the summer months in Martha's Vineyard. Well, with problems with the mechanical shark and other things, it went, they shot for 159 days. So they were shooting the movie into October, which leads us to this movie mistake. Perhaps you remember the scene that takes place on July 3rd. And Mrs. Kintner, who lost her son earlier in the movie, put a bounty out on that shark. So a bunch of fishermen came in. This is the morning of July 3rd in the movie. And everybody in it is freezing their butt off because they're shooting this in late September, early October. Notice, and again, this is supposed to take place in July, there are no leaves on the trees in the background. So because of the shooting schedule getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, they had to record some things in cold weather. And so that's why there are no leaves on the trees in July on Amity Island. So, all right, where are we? Number 12. The movie, of course, was based on a book written by Peter Benchley, who was a former reporter for the Washington Post. So maybe it was apt that he had a cameo in the movie as a reporter. There's a quick shot. That's Peter Benchley, author of the book Jaws. And in the movie, he is giving a television news report from the beach on Amity Island about the concern of the shark attacks in the area. So that's Peter Benchley in a cameo in the movies. All right. Number 11 coming up. Let me get this going on here. Let me get this going. Okay. Robert Shaw plays Quint in the movie. Here he is singing the song Spanish Ladies to Hooper, played by Richard Dreyfuss. Farewell and adieu to you, fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders to ship out of Boston. That's what he says in this movie. Those aren't the lyrics to the real song. The lyrics to the real song are, for we've received orders to ship out of England. Robert Shaw is British, so he knew that song. And he actually sung that song in a movie 18 years prior. He sang it in a movie called The Buccaneers in 1957, and here he is playing the guitar and singing Spanish Ladies. So Robert Shaw sang Spanish Ladies in two different movies. I thought that was kind of neat. And he changed the lyrics for Jaws. He changed it to Boston. So I thought that was pretty neat. All right. That was 11. Here we go. 10. Okay. 10. Where are we? Yes. All right. There we are. Oh. Wait a minute. Let me show this one first. Sorry. Had to get it ready. Here we are. Number 10. The billboard you see at the beginning of the movie for Amity Island. You're looking at it right here. Amity Island welcomes you. This billboard is foreshadowing. No, actually, it's not foreshadowing one of the murders. It's referencing the three shark attacks, the first three shark attacks in the movie. The first shark attack at the opening scene of Chrissy Watkins is referenced by the girl in the ocean there on the billboard. The second murder, Alex Kintner, the little boy, had a yellow raft. The girl on the billboard is using a yellow raft on the billboard. The third one was local fisherman Ben Gardner, who died, and his remains were found in his boat out in the in the bay or out in the ocean. And you can see that there is a boat on the billboard right in the middle of it there. I'll be honest, I don't know if that is made up or that was truly referencing by the movie makers the first 3 shark attack victims. And here's the same thing after it was defaced in the movie. So, yeah. The mayor wants them hung up by their Buster Browns. All right, let's move on. But I think it's real, so I'm going to say it's real. All right. Let's go. Oh, yes. Let me show you this first. Number 9. These are the 2 pranksters that had a fake shark fin and scared everybody on the 4th of July into believing there was a shark at the beach. The little kid on the right, who's pointing to his real-life brother, they were hired by the movie makers to play these 2 kids, pulling the prank. These are they're both real-life brothers, and the smaller one, the younger brother, who has lines in the movie, who says, "He made me do it," after the Coast Guard surrounds them or whatever. That guy's name is Jonathan Searle. Or maybe it's Surly. I think it's Searle. Surly's a horrible name. Or unfortunate name. Not horrible. Let's say it's Searle. Jaws, as you know, the main character, Chief Brody, is the chief of police on Amity Island. This kid grew up to be the chief of police at Oak Bluffs, Massachusetts, where the movie was shot. Isn't that funny? And that's him on the left as he looks today. And that's him on the right as he looked in the movie. So he is the Chief Brody, the real-life Chief Brody today at that location. So I thought that was pretty neat to find that out. Sticking with more cast members, this is number... Where are we? 8. In the middle is the medical examiner, who is played by a real-life doctor. His name is Dr. Robert Nevin, and he played the medical examiner who was bullied into saying that it wasn't a shark attack. It was a boat propeller. Yes, I think it could be. No, it wasn't. Well, it's not a boating accident. Yeah, so that guy, real doctor. I thought that was pretty neat. All right, moving on. Number 7. This is a story that's on the IMDb page for Jaws. The woman that played Mrs. Kintner, and I failed to write her name down. I think her name is Lee Fierro. She was in the area in Martha's Vineyard, and she went into a cafe and saw on the menu that there was something called the Alex Kintner burger. And she told the server serving her, "Hey, I was in Jaws. I played the mother of Alex Kintner." Well, out of the kitchen comes... well, no, I don't... Hang on. Out of the kitchen comes a man who says, "My name is Jeffrey Voorhees, and I played Alex Kintner." So it was his cafe that where the actress that played Mrs. Kintner went to eat. And they had a little mini... They hadn't seen each other since filming the movie. So it was Mrs. Kintner and Alex Kintner who hadn't seen each other in many years. Let me see if I can find what he looks like now. Hang on. I have it. I have his picture. Let's see. No, hang on. Here we go. What's it called? I do not. Oh, wait. I do have his picture. I do not have his picture. Okay. Anyway, look him up. His name's Jeffrey Voorhees. I thought that was a cute little story, and I believe it's real because it's on the IMDb page, and I've seen that story in other places. If you're just joining us, welcome in. Melissa Mouse Talk, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're counting down 15 interesting Jaws facts because I didn't have a live stream last week, and it would have been a perfect time to talk about this, but Jaws is 50 now, turned 50. Okay. Final, is this? No, not really the final cast thing. Fact. But another one. Number 7 on my list. No, 6 on my list. This is the scene in the movie where there's a radio call coming in from Amity Point Station. And it's a radio operator telling the guys on the boat that Mrs. Brody wants to talk to Chief Brody. And Quint gets the radio before Brody knows that it's his wife on there, and says, and he just quickly says, we're doing fine. We're in the middle of lunch, or whatever he says. And then he hangs up or whatever it is. He disconnects, whatever. The voice on the other end of the radio is the voice of Steven Spielberg. So Steven Spielberg has a cameo. It's a voice cameo as the Amity Point Station operator there. And that's the scene. So Steven Spielberg, you can hear his voice in the movie Jaws. All right. 5, it's a Disney connection. How about that? If I can get this right. Okay. Number 5. The mechanical shark, of which there were a few, famously didn't work well, and it earned a nickname Bruce, and Steven Spielberg named the mechanical sharks Bruce, and he named it Bruce after his lawyer. And perhaps you know this, you guys are all Disney fans. In the movie Finding Nemo, there's a shark. There's a few. But the head shark, the one that has the most lines, his name is Bruce, and he was named after the mechanical shark from Jaws. And I think that's verified. So Bruce in Finding Nemo, named after Bruce from the making of Jaws. Disney connection. I found one. All right. Number 4. Where are we talking about? Oh, okay. This is kind of cool, too. Number 4. Here we go. Steven Spielberg, this was his second feature-length motion picture that he directed. He was very interested in directing a 007 movie, a James Bond movie. He never did, but he was directing Jaws instead. He threw in a little Easter egg here. Remember when Hooper and Brody go down to the harbor and they cut open the shark and they're digging things out of the shark's belly, and one of the things is a license plate. Here it is. This is the license plate. It says 007. It also says Louisiana 1973, which is the time that Live and Let Die came out, and it's also the setting. It took place in New Orleans. I've never seen it, but this is what I'm told. So this is a little Easter egg. 007, Louisiana 1973. It's a reference to Live and Let Die, and Steven Spielberg wanted to direct a James Bond movie. He also told George Lucas he wanted to direct a James Bond movie at some time. Lucas said, I've got something better. And he told him this idea he had for an archaeologist. And you know where I'm going. So instead of James Bond movies, Steven Spielberg went on to direct Indiana Jones movies. And I think that was the right decision. All right, this is number 3. And I got to tell you, I don't know if this is true or not. I think it is. All right. In Jaws, there's a scene that takes place at dusk. And it is right after they sing, they're getting drunk and they're showing each other their scars. And the shark starts bumping into the boat and springing a leak. And they're trying to to shoot it. Anyway, look at this scene here. Notice in the nighttime sky background, the shooting star. Maybe you've seen this while watching the movie. I always thought, what a happy accident that the filmmakers caught a shooting star in the middle of this take. How could you not use that? Well, as I've read, and I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure it's accurate, but many of the scenes that they shot at night, the nighttime scenes, were actually shot during the day, but they made them look like nighttime shots through a filter that they used, a lens, a filter on the cameras. So they shoot in the day, but they're to make it look like it's nighttime. What they did was they added the shooting star to further let you know that this is a nighttime scene, even though they shot it in the daytime. That's what I read. I'm going to believe it. I'm going to believe that was animation that they added in later. It's just too perfectly, what's the word I'm looking for? Composed in the frame. Here's some other shots that they shot during the day, but it's made to look like the nighttime. Here's the first scene, Chrissy Watkins going for a night swim. That was shot during the day. Here's another one, same scene. She's hanging onto the buoy. This was shot during the day, but it was made to look like the night. This is later in the movie where they attached a barrel to the shark. Again, shot in the day, but it was made to look like it was shot at night. And the reason they did that is because shooting at night, you've got very little control over lighting. I mean, there aren't studio lights out there. If you're shooting in the water, it's just easier to use the filter to make it look like nighttime, and it worked. It was effective. It's easier to do that than it is to shoot at night and try to make it look to make things visible. So it's not too dark. You can only do so much. Anyway, that's that. That was number 3. Number 2. All right, let me get these ready here. I got a few of them. Okay. Here we go. Number 2. In the movie, spoiler alerts, I'm going to tell you what happens at the end of the movie. So if you haven't seen Jaws, I'm about to spoil it for you. Early in the movie, when they go out on their expedition to kill the shark, an air tank is accidentally released and rolls around the boat. And Hooper tells Brody, you got to be careful with these. You mess around with these and they'll explode. Well, later in the movie, when the boat is sinking, Brody throws one of those tanks in the shark's mouth. And then for some reason, the shark gets a running start with that tank in its mouth. And Brody's able to shoot it. It explodes. That's how the shark meets its end. Well, the makers of the show Mythbusters did a whole episode on Jaws. And they wanted to determine, can you shoot a hole in an oxygen tank and make it explode? And what they discovered is no, you cannot do that. When you shoot a bullet hole into an air tank, air escapes from the bullet hole and it just becomes a missile. So what Brody could have done is shot a hole in the bottom of the tank. If it were lined up, if you could see the bottom of the tank or even the top of the tank, and air would rush out and it could propel the tank deep into the shark, like down its throat, either choking it or messing up its organs or whatever. And the Mythbusters tried that as well, and they determined that wouldn't work either. It didn't. They set it up. They tested it, and they said it just wouldn't go far enough down the shark's throat. So they determined that it's a myth that the tank would explode. And they also did their own test to see if the tank could be used as a missile down the shark's throat. And they determined probably not a shark that large. So I thought that was interesting. And I don't know if that whole episode is on YouTube. I doubt it, but you can see clips from Mythbusters about Jaws on YouTube somewhere. All right, we're down to number 1. It is 8:14. No wonder my throat hurts. I've been talking too long. All right, finally, let me show you this. Number 1. What you're looking at is Bruce the shark under a tarp with a little kid looking under the tarp. That little kid is the son of Robert Shaw, who played Quint. The kid's name is Ian Shaw. And Ian Shaw grew up, and he ended up writing a Broadway show about the making of Jaws, in which he plays his own father, Robert Shaw. He co-wrote and stars in this Broadway play called The Shark is Broken, and it was playing on Broadway last year. I don't know if it's still playing. It is playing somewhere, and I don't know if Ian Shaw is in the cast still, but as of May of 2025, it was being played somewhere. I'm sorry, I don't have more specifics about that, but it got good reviews. I saw, when looking for an image for The Shark is Broken, I was looking for different things, and one of them was an ad for this play, and it had a number of like 4 out of 4 star reviews for The Shark is Broken, which was kind of cool. Now, Ian Shaw, with the sideburns and the mustache and the getup, looks a lot like his father. And he can do the voice. So it's really cool. And I have not seen the show, of course, nor have I seen many clips of it. But I know Ian Shaw last year did I think a Good Morning America interview and a number of interviews about this Broadway play. And I thought it was pretty cool. It's about the making of Jaws, and the set looks like the set of the inside of the Orca, the boat that you're looking at right there. I think a great deal of the play takes place inside the boat. So you have an actor playing Chief Brody and Matt Hooper and Captain Quint. And Ian Shaw plays his father. And I thought that was pretty neat. It is 8:17. I can't believe my show went this long. I hope the Tigers started playing. They were in a weather delay. They did. It's 2-2 after 1 inning. They're playing the Athletics. All right. Okay, everybody. I'll be back next week. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Donna. Thank you for the Reese's snacks and the coffee. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I'll be back next week with more fun. Hopefully you can join me. I will see you around the YouTube chats. Thank you so much, everybody. Until then, it's time to say goodnight. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.